From the Horn Auto Center Studios, Chris Bennett and the Morning Brew.
On the phone, we have our best friend Janine Ford from Magic 1017 and iTalk 1067's The Voice of the Mountain. Janine, how's your knee doing? You've been out because of knee surgery. Give us an update.
Doing better. Today I'm feeling a little better. Yesterday was pretty rough. Today it's getting there.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, they stitched up my ligaments and tendons. No knee replacement or anything, but I'm getting there.
Oh, good.
Getting my wheels back, yeah.
Well, Janine, I wanted to get an update this morning on the Greer fire and see if you had any information to share with us.
Yeah, touched base with the mayor of Springerville out there, Shelley. She said that they had a little freeze last night. They froze last night, so that's helping a lot, that it got really, really cold. Still no containment. Last count, they're going to map it out today, of course. But last count is 7,052 acres, so we know it's bigger than that. But still no containment, but they've evacuated that in that part of Greer, and the other people are on set. But lower winds today, so everybody's really hopeful that they can get a handle on this. The biggest problem right now, smoke. The Arizona Department of Environmental Quality, they're bringing monitors in. The smoke has been sitting on them now for 2 days really badly down in, South Fork and X-Diamond Ranch in there. And the fire moved into 2 or 3 different fingers yesterday. And one of the fingers of the fire went back down into South Fork. And they were battling again late yesterday. There were some embers that dropped on ranch buildings. They got those out. Those firefighters in there, Chris, are house to house. They are defending and fighting that. I mean, we're going to need to have a firefighter parade at the end of this. They did such a good job. And bless their hearts, the ranchers, in there defending their ranches. Wink and her family has stayed in there the whole time. This fire, through another ranch friend, Wink Kriegler with X-Diamond, was quoted as saying, she goes, you could just cut this smoke with a knife. And it's been that way for, almost 2 days sitting down in that valley. And I just, that's really hard on them. So everyone be careful with all this smoke, too. It's a big issue.
Definitely. And did I see since the winds were a little lower, they were able to use some airplanes to fight the fire?
Yes, they had some aircraft in there late yesterday, absolutely, and they were making some headway with that. Again today, I haven't heard. They had the heel of the fire contained. I'm hoping we'll start to hear about maybe a little bit of containment on some of these edges and what they're doing. But all eyes will be on Eager today. When the winds do start to pick up, and we'll see how much. Maybe they're able to cut some lines in somewhere. We'll see what the experts are gonna pull out today. But it definitely good news that it froze overnight out there, got nice and cold. That keeps that down. And now if they can just, with the mild winds that come in, it's supposed to start to push some of that smoke out. But the smoke is a huge issue right now. So a lot of people, I understand, Chris, actually evacuated and left a little early, too, people on set, because the smoke was so bad. And, it's just going to be a hard tow, and people are going to need a lot of support after this, too.
Definitely. And
one other part of this, too, our Representative Walt Blackman has called on the governor to declare a state of emergency also, just FYI. So we'll be hearing more about that today. So our Representative Walter Blackman has called on Governor Hobbs to declare a state of emergency for our county up here, for Apache County.
And everybody is just so thankful for the firefighters. I've had some people ask me if they want to donate some waters or anything to the firefighters. Is there any way we can help them?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff online about donations, and through the emergency management, I would go to your emergency management site on Apache County. Navajo County, I think, is taking some collections, that kind of stuff. They have all those rescue sites, the places where people are, backing into, mainly in St. John's. I know the Round Valley Dome was used for a while, too, and the horses and things at the rodeo grounds. And livestock, but there's a lot of water and a lot of things going on up there for those folks. So I would go to the website, your emergency management for the county, Apache County, and looked at their Facebook page. They've got a lot of information on there for where you can donate.
All right. Well, Janine, thank you so much for the update on the Greer fire, and I wish you a speedy recovery.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what a week to be off with my little knee surgery. I should be in there, but dang it.
Yeah. Well, Janine, we love you, best friend, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And again, a big thank you to all our firefighters, and we're sending our thoughts and prayers to them, and that the weather cooperates so we could get this fire in control.
Get it under control. And again, God bless all those great firefighters out there and everybody fighting this battle. We so appreciate them.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Janine, we love you. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. On the phone, we have Mayor of Springerville, Shelley Reedhead. Good morning, Mayor Reedhead.
Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Good. I was just touching base with you to find out if you had any information to share with us regarding the Greer fire, or any information that people on the mountain should know.
You know, I haven't received an update yet this morning as of what happened last night and how many more acres it burned. I'm very hopeful, though, this morning. We had some freezing temperatures and the winds are calm, so I'm really hoping that the planes can help put this fire out before it goes any farther.
So is Springerville, are they, explain to me, are parts of Eager on set? Some of them have been evacuated. How are things for you over in Springerville?
So far, we're okay. You know, we've got a little bit farther to go. We're on the east side of Eager. Yes, the southwest corner of Eager was evacuated, and the rest of everything south of 260, clear to the rodeo grounds, was put on set.
Okay. And there are places, if people have been evacuated and they have, farm animals or horses, there's places for them to go?
Yes, there is. We're putting some out at the rodeo grounds here. The St. John's Fairground has offered to take some. So people in the community always, every crisis, they all come together. People are looking out for their neighbors. I'd like to, thank our first responders and our firefighters. Brandon Eager has done an excellent job with emergency management. So just like to say thank you to all those people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much to all our first responders and firefighters. And Mayor, we are praying for good weather today, and that we can make some progress on getting this fire under control.
Well, thank you. We'll take all the prayers we can get, because we definitely need them.
All right. And is there anything else the community needs to know at this point? Or is there any way we can help? Is there anything you need from us?
Other than keeping us in your prayers, I can't think of anything right now.
Okay. Well, Mayor, thank you so much for the update. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. And if you have any more information for us, let us know.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. On the phone, we have the mayor of Show Low, John Leach Jr., joining us this morning. Thanks for being with us today.
Absolutely, Chris. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. So I understand right now, Mayor, we are in stage 2 fire restrictions, and you have released a proclamation. Explain to me what this is.
The proclamation is just a way of the city to enforce the stage 2 fire restrictions. If somebody's breaking those restrictions, and there's a list of stuff that you can't do during stage 2 fire restrictions, the proclamation just helps us enforce it if anybody's breaking those restrictions. And it's pretty common sense. Don't burn, obviously, and chainsaws, smoking outside. We got to be vigilant. We know what's going on over in the Greer Springerville area, and we have to be careful. We have to protect our community, and the only way of doing that is, unfortunately, if we see somebody breaking those stage 2 fire restrictions, call it in. We need to protect our community. If you drive around Shoal, there's a lot of fuel out there, and it just takes one mistake by throwing a cigarette outside the window or anything like that. I mean, it could happen immediately, And I spent 23 years fighting fires with Shoal Fire and part of the rodeo Chetaskai, and it was sad. And we need to enforce our stage 2 fire restrictions and police ourselves. If we see somebody breaking the law, go remind them. You don't have to go over there being stern about it, but you need to report these people, because it's our community and we got to stick together during this time of the year that we go through every year.
Absolutely. It's crucial in order to keep our community safe. And if people are violating these stage 2 fire restrictions, they could be charged with a class 1 misdemeanor and will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. This is no joke.
It's no joke at all. there's nothing past stage 2 fire restrictions. Once there is no stage 3 anymore. Once we go to, and it's up to the forest and the White Mountain, they have a group that enforces this, but they could be closing the forest down soon. So it's literally no joke. Could you imagine, Chris, if the fire took off through Show Low? It would be sad, and we're still praying for all the people in Springerville, Eager area, and they know if they need anything from our community, we're there to help for sure.
Absolutely. And if you don't know what the stage 2 fire restrictions are, you could check with the Timber Mesa Fire Department. Also, I'll tell you a few right now. You're not allowed to build, maintain, or attend a campfire, charcoal, coal, or wood stove, including fires in developed campgrounds or improved sites. So no campfires, period, right?
Right. And, it's easy to remember something like this, Chris. It's propane. You can use propane because it shuts off. People ask me all the time, because I barbecue all the time, is it legal to use pellet smokers? It's legal to use pellet smokers during stage 2. The reason for that is you could shut it off. You just turn the knob, you shut it off, you're good to go. So, just think of propane. You can use your gas grills. No charcoal, no wood. It's easy to explain. Chainsaws. No shooting outside. The sparks that go off when you're shooting a gun. Those are the kind of things that are very dangerous.
Right. Well, Mayor, thank you so much for being on the show with us today and reminding us about the stage 2 fire restrictions and the proclamation, which means, hey, if you break these stage 2 fire restrictions, any of these rules, you will be charged. You could get a class 1 misdemeanor. So let's keep our community safe and keep yourself out of jail.
Absolutely, Chris, and I appreciate you taking time to get the word out, because it means a lot to our community, and we have to stick together during these stage 2 fire restrictions, and we do a great job doing it. But just don't be afraid to report any of those restrictions. That's the most important thing I can say this morning.
All right. Well, Mayor, thank you so much. And remember, stage 2 fire restrictions, and our thoughts and prayers are out to those firefighters fighting the Greer fire. We're so thankful to you. Have a great day, Mayor.
All right, Chris. Be good. God bless.
God bless.
Bye.